That was memorable. Actually, I remember making the movie. It was freezing cold. The windscreens kept on clogging up. Okay. Anyway, next up we have Cumann Warszawa. And that's the student group in Warsaw University that are studying they're studying veterinary medicine, and they formed Cumann Warszawa. And we have Luke and we've got Niamh here to talk about GAA, what it means to them, what it means to them as a group, and basically explain a few of the rules and maybe some surprises too. Okay, go ahead, lads. Looking forward to hearing it.
Thanks, Mick. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody watching at home. My name is Luke.
Hi, and I'm Niamh.
And we are both club members of Cumann Warszawa, a club that was established over 10 years ago by 4 members.
And we're just going to give you a brief description of the importance of the GAA to us here in Warsaw and to the Irish at home and people all around. So hope you enjoy.
Yeah, so basically the GAA is the Gaelic Athletics Association, which is comprised of many different sports such as hurling, football, rounders and handball. But we'll focus mainly on maybe a bit of football and a bit of hurling. Just to keep it brief and not bore you to death, GAA was founded in 1884 by a Cumann Warszawa, which basically is a volunteer-led corporation across 32 counties, but over the last few decades it's developed into all across the 7 continents of the world. So we'll just show you a quick video. We'll get Mick to roll the video, and we'll show you some rules and how Gaelic football works. So Gaelic football, obviously, you'll see it here on the screen. It's played on a pitch that ranges from 130 to 45 metres long, 85 metres wide, with goals 6.5 metres wide, 2.5 metres tall. They're kind of like rugby goals, but they have a goal post underneath, which has a goalkeeper to protect the goal and stop goals from going in. Hurling, again, same as football, same pitch. The basic game is to win the game by as many points as possible. Goals are worth 3 points, so as you see there, that's a goal. And if you kick it over the bar, it is 1 point. There's basic tackling. It's quite a physical sport and dominant sport. And those are more or less the basic rules. There's 2 halves of 30 minutes, and by the end of it, the most points between the 2 teams comes out the winner. If it's a draw, as it says on the screen, it'll go to a rematch or a replay. So we'll just end the video there, Mick. That's enough. You just get a brief idea what football is. And now Niamh is going to talk about the LGFA, which is the Ladies Gaelic Football Association, and where it started and how it's going and what we do at Cumann Warszawa here. So, Niamh.
The Ladies Gaelic Football Association was formed in 1974. Back in the day, football was mainly male dominated, but in the 60s, the women wanted to get involved. So in the late 60s and early 70s, the women began playing the football, and by 1974 it was well established. Today, football is played all around the world, especially ladies Gaelic football. There's over 1,000 different clubs, and they go all the way from obviously a home in Ireland to here in Warsaw, Cape Town and Sydney, Australia. Here in Warsaw, we have a very well-established women's Gaelic football team, and we have won plenty of big tournaments around Europe, the Pan-Europeans, and they've won senior ladies several times. So it is a very good way to meet people, not only Irish, but we have plenty of Scandinavians, Americans, Canadians, all that give a go. So it's a great way to meet people and to play together. So
Perfect, yeah. And so I think Mick's going to roll the next video, which is just the best bits. These are like clips of the best parts of GAA, but I'll just talk a minute about the club here in Warsaw. So as I said, the club was founded over 10 years ago in 2009 by the 4 members, who are Owen Vaughan, Owen Sheedy, Colin Murphy and Janet Fleming. They are the 4 founding members of the club, and without them we wouldn't be standing here talking to you today. GAA in general is a sense of community, a sense of culture, pride, passion, all mixed together. And here in Warsaw, we're delighted to have a team. we've many Irish people in Warsaw, in Poland in general, and to have that sense of community, that sense of development, and being able to get out and play and meet new people is just fantastic. Every year we try to get to as many tournaments as we can, so minimum 2 anyway. Of course, COVID changes things, but we try and adapt and overcome to these problems. And yeah, so I think, as Niamh mentioned, the sense of inclusion is very important in GAA. So at our trainings and at our football, we have Polish players, we have Scandinavians, Americans, other European students, and even as far as Australia and Asia. So it's a fantastic way of getting involved in the community, meeting new people, and having some fun. So as you've seen just on your screen there, those are the best bits of GAA, and we'll just come back to us, and we're going to just talk a little bit about the compromise rules and the Ozzie Rules.
Hey, thank you, Luke and Niamh. I even wore green shoes today at the risk of looking like a plastic patty. With that said, I'm glad we had a few beers.
Absolutely.
Socially distant Guinness. But I think even though you can clearly tell I'm American and not Australian, that I can explain a little bit the difference between Gaelic and Australian rules. So we have a lot of similarities in our sport, but you might need to step up your physical so you can play with us, because we're always tackling.
Yeah, I have to say, Ozzie Rules. I played a tournament out here in Warsaw myself, and it's a very physical sport, but entertaining at the same time.
I seem to remember you might have broke your ankle.
Yeah, I done some damage to my ankle. Yeah.
So see, quite tough. But you might also need to figure out how to pick the ball up the ground, because you don't do that in Gaelic.
We have other priorities.
You know, with that said, we do have some great aspects of the sport. Both of them use multi-purpose fields. We play on an oval used for cricket in the summer, and you on a rectangle that moonlights as a hurling pitch. In Europe, Ozzie Rules is played 9-a-side on a rectangle, so this makes it a good transition from you.
Mm-hmm.
With both the ball, by kicking, we move the ball by kicking, handling, and running. Although we don't have to solo by kicking the ball off the foot. We have skills, and we can dribble an oval ball. Not quite sure why Gaelic feels the need for goalie, though. We just have goal post and points post.
The goals are important. It's nice to be able to stick one by a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I can understand that a bit. Also, you don't really have marking. Like if we kick a ball longer than 15 meters, we stop play and reset and continue on.
Yeah, we've something like that in football. It's not quite as dominant in Ozzie Rules, but it's something actually the GAA is trying to implement into the game. So it would be interesting to see it progress a bit more.
Well, I think that means that we can maybe play with each other. You know, there's been international series between Australia and Ireland that's been held regularly since 1998. I actually believe that the largest attendance was at Croke Park. They used a set of compromise rules, as you said. Round ball, square field, tackling, able to pick up the ball off the ground, 15 players aside, and yes, you do get to keep your goalie.
It's one thing anyway.
Well, I hope you guys are up for the challenge. It would be great to have a partnership between Cumann and AFL Polska, and I appreciate it, Niamh and Luke, for inviting us on to talk about our sport a bit.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love to play when it deems right. It would be a really interesting match, and it'd be a great day out for both clubs, and it'd help develop and gather new community or new people and new players to join and even try the sport out for the first time.
It really is about community, which is the fantastic thing we both share.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Well, look, I think that's all from us here about GAA. I hope it was a small insight. But yeah, look, we train at the moment with COVID. It's quite difficult, but we try to train as much as we can. So we are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. And Jeff here with the AFL Polska is also on the same Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So feel free to go on, give us a look, Cumann Warszawa, and give us a follow, and you'll be able to follow updates on playing, training, and all the rest. So thanks very much, guys, for listening, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks, guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day.